The first question that I had was, I have been interviewing startups in cosmetic space, and usually it's a very competitive space. I mean, there are already existing giants out there. So what was the thought process before entering? Was it the need, the problem statement, or was it also the economics that played a part in you founding them?
Okay, I think that this a combination of things. It wasn't just one, you know. When I started, I'm a scientist. I was working in microbiology, plants, metabolism, animal cells, a lot of that. I was always curious about cosmetic industry. I was also like producing some enzymes during my PhD for cosmetic
Wow.
industry, so I was always curious about that. But then I started to be more interested in sustainability and the impact of different industry in our environment and our health.
Hmm.
So I decided to go deeply to understand the cosmetic industry. And I went to New York to an exhibition that was about cosmetics ingredients to
Hmm.
see what was happening at that time, that in that place where all the most innovative brands that has cosmetic ingredients, and they were just talking about the microbiome, and they focus on microbiome in different ways. It's like there was people talking about the microbiome in a holistic way, like the microbiome is like something energetic, and there's also a lot of scientists talking about microbiome in a very deeply scientific way.
Hmm.
So I decided to combine my interest in sustainability, my expertise in science, and decide to create a brand that is sustainable, 100% natural, but it's very backed on science, because we deeply study all the ingredients. We deeply study how to combine the ingredient to have the better impact on the skin. We also decide to do something minimalist, because cosmetic industry was going a lot of things to use. Your
Yes.
skincare routine has like a lot of of products. So we
Yes.
decided to say, okay, let's simplify this, find a way that people can care the skin with a very simple routine, so they can use it every day without overwhelming. It's like what I use
Yeah.
first, then the day was different to the night, and we also decide that point, and then we decide to study also the microbiome, because I say, okay, I want to know
Hmm.
which is the impact of the cosmetics of the products that we make on the microbiome. So we also decide to test and to launch to the market a microbiome test that can understand how the skincare routine impacts people's skin and people's
Yes.
health and people's microbiome. So that is the whole concept. It's not that it wasn't something that we were, okay, we want to compete with this brand, to compete with this brand, or make something cheaper. It
Hmm.
was all that concept.
Understood. Understood. That makes sense. And then again, I mean, COVID came. So how did that affect your journey? Because you started pre-COVID and then COVID
Yeah.
came. Yeah. So
Yeah, that
what?
was something difficult, because we were planning. I went to New York, then come back, then make like a business plan to have our journey uh, understood and clear. And then COVID came. So I was closing an investment round, a pre-seed investment round here in Uruguay.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and that delays everything. We
Yeah.
also decide to make 100% natural products, but with the high standards that you need to sell your products in pharmacy. So we engage with all the regulatory affairs that
Hmm.
to manage, you need to manage to do that.
Hmm.
So that was hard, because it delays everything. Our plan that was 2 year, that extend to three, and but we managed anyway, and we couldn't afford it. Even COVID.
I mean, kudos to you and your team. I mean, if you're able to get through that, I mean, I have seen a lot of startups actually fall down because of those issues. So great work there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we were so, I mean, we push a lot because we really want to make this happen, you know, and that is only a teamwork that you need to manage to say, okay, it doesn't matter which is the problem we need to solve. Let's try to do it.
I was reading somewhere on your website that the cosmetics that you produce, the products that you have, they do not have any preservatives. Will
Yeah.
that be? Oh, okay. Then how do you maintain that shelf life? Is that a trade
Okay.
secret? Is that a formulation that you have?
Okay. I will tell you something that is cosmetics that have water need preservatives
Ah,
because in microbiology, I'm
yeah.
an expert in microbiology. You know that when you have water activity, you allow that microorganism can develop and grow in your in the formulation that you have. So if
Yes.
you have water, you need to add preservatives. So we
Yeah.
decide to select ingredients that are self preserves and combine them in a formulation that do not need preservatives.
Got it. Got it.
So they it's a combination, but we really study all the ingredients, understood their stability, then combine them in a way that we can maintain that self characteristic.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of hard work, but I understand. So you're going the waterless cosmetics route and you are choosing ingredients that actually do not require preservative or are self-preserving.
Yeah, yeah, self-preserving. They already have that property, that characteristic, you know, and so they combine them in a way that we deeply understand because we choose we now we have like 200 ingredients in our database that were
Wow.
already curated by scientific information, so we know which impact that can have on the skin,
Hmm.
and then we combine them. You know, you say our products are basically vegetable oils mixed with plant extracts that we make in our process of production, and they say, okay, this oil has this property, this one has this one, and then they say, okay, this is for a night, this is for the day,
Yeah.
this can be combined with this because don't have any antagonistic characteristic, because that
Yeah.
is also happen, you know, that you can,
Yes.
maybe you say this ingredient is very good for the skin, but then you combine that with another ingredient that has the opposite
Effect. Yes.
effect, so you cancel them. So we
Yes.
also try to understand that to have effective formulations and very and offer our clients our completely transparent, you know, with high scientific um, background, and also with high quality. We also have like international certifications that we apply to be validated by independent organizations that have
Uh-huh.
very high standards to say, okay, this product really has this quality standard.
Understood. Understood. That makes sense. Now, when you were talking, you mentioned that now you have a list of 200 plus ingredients. You have a database, you know its effect, you have characterized them. You also know their effects on microbiome and the other ingredients, how they gel up well together. Now, when I usually talk to cosmetics brand, whether it is startups or well established ones, one of the things that comes up is traceability, sourcing of the raw material. Now, as I
Yeah,
see, I mean, you are using a lot of natural ingredients. And do you find it difficult, because I'm now you are at a stage where you are growing, but when you keep
yeah.
on growing there'll be new types of clients, new type of skins, new type of information and microbiome growth rate that you will get to know, and you may require more ingredients. Now, has sourcing become a problem so far? Do you anticipate that it will become something that you need to maybe innovate more upon? Is that something that's a valid question from my side because I wanted to understand that.
Yeah, that is a very interesting point. At the time, we have different providers. Our ingredients are not only for one provider. Some of
Hmm.
them we have here in Uruguay, and other ingredients we import them from different parts in the world. Today, didn't that wasn't a limitation for us. I know that if we grow, we need to afford that question, but today there's a lot of providers with different ingredients, the ones that we use, and a lot of providers around the world looking for these ingredients and providing and making them. We also have a high standard in which type of ingredient we choose, because we don't
Yes.
choose a vegetable oil that was extracted with hot, you know, because that
Yes.
can degrade all the bioactive molecules that we
Yes.
want to have in our ingredient to impact the skin. So
Yes.
we are very selective. We also choose ingredients that are produced by process that do not have impact on the environment. So
Understood.
if we are sustainable, but we choose ingredients that are produced with process that contaminate our environment, that is not clear, you know.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
we want to have that background and offer our clients something that is really compromised with all the things that we offer them, you know, the
Yeah.
effectiveness, the impact on their skin, the impact on the microbiome, and also the quality of the ingredient, and also the
Hmm.
impact of our process, ingredient, and packaging in the environment. We also select packaging that can enter in circular economy models.
Hmm.
So we use glass or aluminum that here in Uruguay that can be recycled
Hmm.
in other industries. Also, our packaging is craft paper that don't that has I sorry, I forget the word, but that it's not white paper, you know, that has a
Understood.
process that is more contaminated. We also find providers that offer us a tint to impress that also have lower impact on the environment. So we really try to do a very selective and high quality product.
Understood. Understood. Now, after hearing you, one of the selling points that I can imagine for your customers and end users is the sustainability model, the natural ingredients part. That seems to be very innovative, and it's also difficult to bring out a product that is completely uh, natural. It does not have any synthetic materials, so on and so forth. But then when I was reading more about your research, I also saw that you actually invite your end clients, study their microbiome profile after applications, before
Yeah,
application, you see what's the effect, so on and so forth. So that also seems to be a very innovative process where you are actually having the data, and the product that they are recommended is completely science and data backed. So that seems to be another innovation. And I thought, in general, I wanted to ask you, what is the selling point for your products? Is it the circularity aspect, the sustainability aspect, the natural ingredient aspect, or the customization that your products brings for
yeah.
the person?
We what we look in our near future, and we actually have now we have 5 products on the market that
Yes.
we decide to make them all skin types, or everyone can use
Okay.
our 5 first products. But now
Wow.
we also designed 19 new products that are more personalized regarding the information that we collect in that
Uh-huh.
study we made on people, on our clients, you know, that is
Yeah.
not only the microbiome, it's also the effect that they see, the how they feel the ingredients and everything. We collect a lot of information. Now we are developing also a big data machine learning tool to analyze all the information we collect, because we have a lot of variables there, and it's impossible that one person
Yes.
minds can understand all that connections. So we
Yes.
are working on that now.
Understood.
And yeah, we seek to personalize our skincare routines. It's not the product, because try to personalize one product, then you mix with another products, and the
Yes.
impact is the impact of all the products. It's not only one, because
Yes. Yes.
everything that you put on the skin has an effect. So the global effect is the combination, is the skincare routine. So what we want to personalize is the skincare routine with combination of different products that we will be growing up on that. We also find a regulatory our regulatory affair manager that we work in innovation. Also we find a way to have families of products,
Hmm.
so we can afford the regulatory affairs with less products. You have
Yeah.
combined, you have different products under one category. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we now find a way to have a more personalized skincare routine with family of products that we already have. In fact,
Understood.
we didn't launch yet our new products to the market, so that is something that we are working on. But we want to we are working with that on mind, and to have that in the
Understood.
short
Understood.
time.
Yeah. So I heard the word regulation a couple of times in this conversation. Now, I also saw somewhere that you guys are planning to launch in US, and in US you will have FDA where you will need approval on your products. Now, typically when I have studied the FDA approval cycle, it goes somewhere around 7 to 11 years that it takes to actually approve a product. Do you have a short circuit there? Because in general I have also seen that there are some
Mhm.
products that are covered under good manufacturing practices, GMP. So those actually do not need to go through all the clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. But what's the scenario if you're planning to launch in US? Is regulation one of the things that you need to wait out,
Okay.
or what's the strategy there? Yeah.
Well, we already launched our some of our first products on the US, and we
Oh
didn't have
wow.
any problem on that. It was only a test, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
So we sell three of our five products in Amazon without any
Ah.
problem. The thing that we need to make is to complain with some uh, indications in our labels.
Hmm.
And also we need to make one test that now the FDA changed that regulation, and you need to show something to them. So we are working on that too. And our products are a category. We have two categories of products in the regulatory view.
Hmm.
One that are class one, that is regular cosmetics,
Yes.
and then we have class two, that is our day oil that has some protection. So
Got it.
that products needs a different pathway to regulation in FDA, but we already check that we have all checked that we can afford that without any
Uh-huh.
problem. And also we have a verification that we made with AWBG, that show that we comply with all we need. So uh, that is the family of products that we will need to make something different. The other products can go direct to the market with some
Understood.
indications in the label. We
Understood.
already did that, and sell some products there, and it works.
That is excellent to hear. That is very, very encouraging to see a startup being able to actually launch products in the US, which is one of the major markets. And
Yeah.
if we talk about US skin types, so
Hmm.
on the Fitzgerald scale, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it goes from 1 to 6. So there is 4, 5, 6 also. And you mentioned that a lot of your product families are for all skin types.
Yeah.
Now, in general, when I read on the cosmetics topic, I saw that people are not, or cosmetics in general are not customized for 4, 5, 6 skin type. Is that something that your product takes care of? Is it also on the 4, 5, 6 scale where you guys can apply?
Okay, I mean, our products, for example, we consider all skin colors for our products. So,
Uh-huh.
because that is something that the first step. If you have products for that you say that for everyone, you need to consider the
Yes.
six skin colors that are in
Yes.
the Fitzpatrick scale, you know?
Yes.
And then our new products are different, have different impact on the skin. For example, you can find a product that will be more, that will make better fit with skin that are oily skin, other ones that are will be better for acne prone skins. There are others that will be better for people that has a very dry skin, but
Hmm.
all of them has also different sensorial, so people can choose. I feel that this oil is too light for my skin, or is too sticky for my skin, so we have different products now with our new products that consider all of that, and you can
Right.
combine. I want to have, and also they smell different, so we I think that the client can have with these products a really personal experience, choosing which is the best products that they will use, and
Yeah.
maintain that simplicity in the routine, that is three products, maybe four, not more than that, for
Understood.
all
Understood.
day, you know.
Wow. Yeah. So, and you're right. I mean, customers or end clients in cosmetics space, I have found them to be much more educated and aware as compared to any other consumer product, because I mean, it's the skin type. I mean, they're very, very aware about their skin type and its effects and the other cosmetics. So you're right. I mean, leaving some permutations combination for the consumers to also try it out and then figure out, I mean, what is it that suits really well to their skin type, and also at the same time reducing the complexity so that there are limited number of products that they can choose from. That makes sense as a strategy. Now, I also wanted to talk about the price point. So
Okay.
are your products competitive in terms of pricing with respect to the already existing cosmetics? Are they higher? Are they lower? I mean, the reason I'm asking this question is, your products are highly customized. They are also taking in ingredients that are not something that is at industrial scale, that you can say order in bulk and then reduce the cost for the end customer, right? So
Yeah.
what's the strategy there in terms of costing, in
Okay.
terms of pricing? Yeah.
Yeah, we are at the higher scale. We compete with brands that has a higher price,
Hmm.
but we are there, and our business is really profitable anyway.
Yeah.
So do not need to charge extra that scale to have
Hmm.
something personalized, 100% natural and sustainable, and microbiome tested.
Right.
So I think that that is something that we consider a lot, because of our quality and our proposal. We choose to compete in the higher with the brands that has a higher quality offer, and also charge more the clients, because of that, because it's not that you make something, that has a lot of cost to offer this to
Yes.
the clients. Our
Yes.
costs are higher than regular cosmetic industry,
Yes.
many times higher than that.
Yes.
But also that, okay, that is why our price is also in the higher sector.
Absolutely. That makes sense. I mean, you have to find your consumer fit and price
Yeah,
accordingly. I I hope in the future you guys have a plan where more people can afford this. There'll be product
sure.
lines that yeah, absolutely. And then there are two more
We
questions that
really want to do that, you know, but it's before, you need to be competitive, and your your business need to work, because anybody
Absolutely.
will support you if you don't have a profitable business. That is something
Absolutely.
that is not of my choice, but it's something that it really happens.
Yes. And that brings me to the next question, that you are a scientist by passion, by background, and then you suddenly took the entrepreneurial route where you have to consider costs, profits, supply chain, and how to get your product inside, showrooms, so on and so forth. So, how has that shift been? I mean, have you been comfortable with that? Are you doing okay? I mean, what's your outlook so far?
I really appreciate to make this change, because you learn different things and you
Yes.
need to answer different questions. That is something I'm really passionate about innovation, about how to improve something that you already have, and how to offer better quality, better health, and have an impact not only in
Yes.
people, also in society and environment. So that is something that we need to afford because we are in problems. So uh, I'm really passionate about that. I enjoy the way. It wasn't easy. And still we are still and we will in the future for sure have a lot of something of thing to solve and to afford. But I also have a team. It's
Yeah.
not only me that is working on this. And now, maybe if you see our web page, you will see our um, last team. But now we have new members on the team that they are
Uh,
still not in the website, because we start to work like month ago with them, and we need to change all of that in our website. But I have a team that is expert in supply chain, a team that is really compromised with our purpose, our mission, our vision. So, and also have people that can manage all the financial things that I'm not an expert on that. I don't I'm not an expert managing numbers, but I have someone that is really expert on that. So I think that also I have a regulatory affair manager that had expertise on this and was very open to innovate and to push regulatory here in Uruguay to make some things different. We were the
wow.
first brand that could register products that are free of preservatives. Nobody did
Yeah.
that before. So
Yeah.
she was very open to work with us and take that risk and work on that. So I think that with a team and with passion and with a common vision and mission, you can do it.
Absolutely. And I think at a stage where you guys are, where you are going up, growing, you need people who know how to get things done. And,
Yeah,
and, and that's what we
sure.
were talking about. Yeah. I mean, there are always going to be new situations, new challenges, new uncertainties that will keep on coming. And
Yeah,
having that
that is
reliable team.
constant. The only
Yes.
thing constant in our company is challenges.
Yeah. 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 And this is a question that I ask to everyone, and it's about your intellectual property strategy. And
Okay.
it's two pronged, right? So one is cosmetics industry in general is very competitive. Also, the the perception that I get of large giants is that they are more commercialized. They look for hero products that can reach to masses, and that prevents them, or that actually depletes the funds that they could invest on something like you are doing, where they actually have very, very customized research. You are doing a lot of scientific research, so on and so forth. Now, at times, the strategy for large giants has been that either they try to produce something similar or they try to acquire companies. Have you also got interest so far? Are people actually reaching out to you? What's the end game for Cryosmetics?
Okay, regarding intellectual property, we really have, we manage our process and way of formulation and that under industrial secret. So, and we have agreements with everyone that has access to our process.
Mhm.
So we are really strict on that. In the future, we can also have intellectual property regarding microbiome tools that we are developing now.
Uh-huh.
And also we have our brand is oh, sorry, I forget the word in English, a trademark. We
Oh,
we
trademark.
already have a trademark on our brand. Yeah, that is, we try to combine different intellectual property ways, because at the beginning, when you can try to patent a formula, but
Yeah.
that has no a lot of reason, because it's so easy to copy. So we decide
Yeah.
to maintain that on industrial secrecy.
Yes, yes. And with
And
respect to the, yeah,
no,
second part
sorry.
of the question, what's the end game? So how do you imagine the future of cryosmetics? Is it that you will keep on growing and becoming larger, expanding to geographies, or is it that you want to ultimately become a part of a global brand and be able to
Yeah.
use their distribution channels and still be able to do that?
Yeah, I think that we are now trying to go to the second way, you say, and find a bigger brand that want to have a sustainable line that they can offer to their clients. We
Hmm.
want to find a partner that can meet our standards, and or that we can meet their standards both, because we need to find a match there. Because some brands do not want to go that high standards and charge, and they want more massive and cheaper. So we need to find our partner. We are working on that too, but we think that to grow fast, we need to partner with someone that already knows how to move in the market, because it's a very
Yes.
competitive market. It's
Yes.
completely difficult to for a very small new brand in South America and Uruguay, that is very small country, to
Yeah.
compete and to be known with all the community, with all the consumers, and the consumers need to trust also in your brand. We already have a lot of validations that can prove our clients that we offer something that really meet the standard we say we have. But to gain space in this industry, we need to partner with someone.
Absolutely. Understood. Uruguay, I mean, it may be a small country, but it is a major footballing nation. So people know throughout the world where it is and how good players there are. But in general, I think this has been a very, very educational conversation for me and for the audiences to actually get an inside view into cosmetics and the future and your plans and your transition as a person going from the scientific side crossing over to the management side and the entrepreneurial side. I think people would be excited to listen to your insights and maybe, I mean, who knows, I mean, some will be inspired. So
Okay. I hope that.
yeah.
For me, as a scientist, as an entrepreneur, that I also work here in the Institute Pasteur in Montevideo.
Yeah.
I'm the innovation manager here. So to inspire people to make things that can have impact on people's health for the better, and also
Yeah.
for the environment and for the animals, that is one of my personal goals.
Yeah.
To inspire people and to change, because we need to change to solve problems that we already have.
Well, we were inspired to talk to you and publish you. So I think more people will be inspired to actually go in other directions and in other ways. But very good talking to you, Vanessa. Thank you very much for your time and for taking out time so early in the morning. I know, I mean, it's very early for you, but thanks again. And good luck with Cosmetics. I think we will keep on hearing this name and would be proud to say that we were the first people, one of the few people who actually talked to you when you were at a growing stage, when you were at that inflection point where you grow
Yeah,
exponentially. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
and we are in that point that sometimes you say, okay, I will die, I'm dying, or I will exploding. It's like, but we know the second one. We don't.
Yeah.
We want to push to make this happen globally. So I hope we can do it. We want to do it. So I think that we
Absolutely.
will find a way to make it happen. Thanks for
And
your time and for this space. It's very valuable for me.
thank
So
you.
when I wait, I want to keep in touch and have feedback also, anything you need and you want. So thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you very much. And your confidence is infectious. I mean, talking to you, anybody else will also have a boost in their confidence. But thanks again for your time and thank you for your
Okay,
cooperation.
thank you. I really enjoyed to talk with you, and thanks for the space and that questions, because it helps me to tell people what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.